Good day everyone, and welcome back to another tutorial. In today's edition we're going to be making a mini skirt that you can use multiple ways, and you're just going to be needing your fabric. Here I got two pieces of fabric. I got the one I'm going to be using actually for the skirt. We're using like 108 inches in weight, in length, and my weight is about 20 inches. Yeah, and then this is just a 4-inch scrap for the belt because I want a little belt for it. So you're going to be needing your elastic, your tape rule, and the scissors, and your sewing machine. Just a simple skirt. So let's go right ahead. You can actually use however much fabric you have. I just want my skirt to be full in the gathers. That's why I'm going to be using this much, but you actually don't have to use that much. I'm using a 1-inch elastic. Yeah, so I'm going to be folding 2 inches, about 2 inches for my waistband, and just sew my elastic casing, and just maybe about 1/2 inch or 1/4 of an inch for my hem, and we'll be right back. So this is the hemming we did for our elastic waistband. We're just gonna fit our elastic in here. We're gonna slip it in here all the way and draw our fabric until we reach the end. So to do that, you just need a safety pin, maybe one, but I will advise you use 2 of them. That way you don't have to be worried about your elastic slipping all the way through while you pulling on the other end. So usually I just prefer to use 2. You can just pin it in here on one side, like you see at the opening here. You just want to pin it in on one side. And once that side is holding in, just make sure your elastic is straight. And then you can insert your pin on this other side and just put it in. That hemming you did, and push through all the way to the end of it. So you want to just keep pushing and pulling through your fabric. Just keep pushing and pulling through. That's all you have to do. Actually, here you're pushing the safety pin. That's why you're pushing through your elastic waistband. So just keep pushing and pulling until you reach the end of your fabric. Once you have pulled your elastic through your waistband like this, you just want to remove your pin. But before you do that, I will urge you to make sure your elastic is not twisted, or because sometimes while you're pulling it gets shifted or just shift around a little bit. So you just want to make sure touch everywhere is still straight and not crumble all up. Then you want to just move your safety pin from this end that you used to pull, and then you come at the other end here where you had it pinned down. You want to be sure you have you holding onto your elastic before you remove that second safety pin. And so you want to pull both pieces together. You can pull them together. Sometimes you want to tie it. It's up to you. Some people just tie them and do the hemming, or you want to hold it together like this on the wrong side and you stitch it. I will advise, if you're stitching, go to at least 2 different stitches. Do 1 and then a second row. At least do 2 rows so you make sure it's holding tightly. Or you can even lap it over like this. Yeah, you just place it one over the other and stitch it, and then you draw your fabric together and do your hemming. So that's what we're gonna do now, and I'm gonna be right back to show you what it looks like. So this is how I hem my elastic. That's how I join it. That's how I prefer to join my elastic, so that way it doesn't make any knot or anything over there. So in order to get smooth finish over this, on top of it, if you want a smooth finish over there, let's get rid of this. You just kind of go a few stitches backwards. You just want to rip few stitches off your waistband that you made from the initial. Just rip a few stitches off and just to join it. Make sure you got, you see, like this. Just take your two pieces here and turn them like this, front facing. Let the both right sides facing, and then you just want to stitch on a, just pull your elastic away a little bit and just make sure you got those two ends together, right side facing, and just stitch down there. And afterwards you're gonna just have a smooth finish that you can just fold over your elastic and continue your hemming down here. And then later on you can just cover it up because it's gonna be one piece now, so you can just cover your elastic and join it back right over there. So I'm gonna be right back to show you what it looks like so you can get an understanding of what I was talking about if it seemed confusing. So in case you didn't get it when I was demonstrating the hemming of the closing for the elastic casing, this is what I was talking about. I meant you just loosen your, just go a few stitches back, just cut a few stitches, loose a few stitches from your elastic casing, and just hem it, do your hemming all the way like this, and let that hemming come under your elastic, because when you're doing that, first thing you're going to have to pull your elastic out a little bit so you can have enough room to work. So you just want to pull your elastic out and put it on above your fabric, and then you can hem it like this, where it's going to come down all the way to the hemming of your skirt. If you can see that, it starts from here like this, the hemming comes all the way down to the end of our skirt. So right now what we're going to do, you're just going to push that elastic back in. You see here what we have, this is what we have. Yeah, so right now you're just going to go to your machine and just do run a few stitches over here just to close your elastic casing, and it's gonna be smooth and perfect like the rest of the elastic casing. So I hope you understand it now. That's what I meant. After all that hemming, all that good work, this is what we got. As you can see, we close up our elastic casing here. Let's see how it's closed. Yeah. And this is the belt. So we just turn this to the right side, and this is what we have. Let me see if I can lift this camera a little bit so you can see better. This is what we have. So I'm just going to fit on the mannequin. I'm going to put it on the mannequin so we can see different ways we can style it. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did helping you make it. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. I thank you for your time. I appreciate. Believe me, I highly appreciate your time here with me. And let's keep learning more of this. I'm not a seamstress. I'm just learning to sew myself, so let's go along, let's learn together. If there's anything that you think you can help me with, just go ahead, leave it in the comments below. I will highly appreciate it. Thank you so much. So let's move on to the mannequin and see how we can style our skirt. Some of the ways we can style, there might be more, you can let me know that also. So this is one way you can style your skirt, your mini skirt. Just use it obviously as a skirt and get your belt around it. You can also style your skirt like this, use it as a top, and just use the belt around your hair. You can also style your top over one shoulder like this. So here's another way you can style your mini skirt. Just use it as a hair wrap and use your belt, because you're actually using that elastic part around your head, and just make a knot in the front like you tying your regular hair wrap, and you just use your belt to secure it. We just use the belt on the top to secure it up there. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have fun. I hope you love your skirt that you made.